Your muscles are disappearing, slowly, quietly, and for most people, completely unnoticed. No pain, no warning, just a gradual loss of strength, energy, and independence. But what if I told you there are 8 nutrients that could stop this process, or even reverse it? The real question is, have you been unknowingly starving your muscles of these critical elements your entire life? In the next few minutes, you're going to learn what these nutrients are, how to get them, and the science behind why they matter more than ever after 60. If you're tired of feeling weaker, if you've noticed your balance isn't what it used to be, or if you're simply curious about how to age without losing your physical freedom, this might be the most important thing you hear all year. Before we get into it, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. This channel is all about giving you real science-backed strategies to stay healthy, strong, and sharp well into your golden years. Let's dive in. Muscle loss after 60 isn't just about getting older. It's about missing the biological signals your body needs to keep building, repairing, and maintaining lean tissue. Think of your muscles like a savings account. After a certain age, you stop depositing regularly, but you're still withdrawing every day. Without the right nutrients acting like direct deposits, your balance gets lower and lower, and eventually the account runs dry. Now let's clear something up. Muscle doesn't just affect how strong you are, it plays a role in your metabolism, your immune system, your blood sugar levels, your balance, and even how well your brain functions. Losing muscle means losing far more than just strength. It means losing your quality of life. So why is no one talking about this? One of the biggest reasons is that we've been led to believe muscle building is all about exercise. And while staying active is absolutely crucial, you can't build a house without bricks. The bricks in this case, nutrients. Essential, foundational, building blocks. Without them, even the best workout routine falls flat. Now, here's where it gets interesting. You might be eating enough, but your body might not be absorbing enough. Aging doesn't just affect your bones and joints. It also affects your digestion. You absorb fewer nutrients from the same meals you used to thrive on. Your stomach acid drops, your gut microbiome changes, enzymes slow down, and as a result, even if you think you're eating a healthy diet, you might still be undernourished in the ways that matter most. Let's start with the first key nutrient. This one isn't just a building block. It's the architect, the foreman, and the construction crew all in one. It's the master regulator of protein synthesis. If you're over 60 and you're not getting enough of it, you're already losing muscle as we speak. And that nutrient is leucine. One of the 9 essential amino acids, leucine directly signals your muscle cells to grow. But here's the problem. Older adults develop something called anabolic resistance. That means your body becomes less sensitive to leucine. You need more of it just to get the same effect. And if you're not deliberately increasing it, you're operating at a deficit. Studies show that older adults may need up to twice as much leucine as younger people to stimulate the same level of muscle protein synthesis. Where do you get it? High-quality protein, especially from sources like eggs, dairy, and lean meats. But the dose matters. You need about 2.5 to 3 grams of leucine in a meal to trigger that growth response. And most people over 60 are only getting half that. Now imagine this. You eat your meals, you feel full, maybe even healthy, but your muscles are starving for activation. Quietly shrinking, no alarms, no alerts, just slow, steady loss. But leucine isn't enough because to build something, you also need raw materials. That brings us to the second nutrient, vitamin D. You've probably heard it's important for bones, but here's what most people don't realize. Your muscles have vitamin D receptors, and when those receptors are activated, your muscle fibers grow stronger, more coordinated, more efficient. Studies show that vitamin D deficiency is directly linked to muscle weakness, falls, and frailty in older adults. But it goes deeper. Without enough vitamin D, your muscles don't just weaken, they change structure. You lose fast-twitch fibers, the ones responsible for balance and quick movements. These are the exact fibers that protect you from falling. And let's not sugarcoat it. Falls are the #1 cause of injury-related death in older adults. This isn't about vanity, it's about survival. So how much vitamin D do you need? Blood levels of 40 to 60 ng/ml are considered optimal for muscle health, but over 40% of older adults in the US fall below that. You can get some from the sun, but with age, your skin becomes less efficient at producing it. And unless you're eating fatty fish every single day, supplementation becomes essential. Let's add in the third nutrient. You've heard of it, you've probably dismissed it, but without it, your muscles are like an engine without oil. Magnesium. Nearly every metabolic reaction in your body depends on magnesium, including the ones that generate muscle contraction and repair. But that's not the only reason it's important. Magnesium also improves insulin sensitivity, and that matters because insulin isn't just a blood sugar hormone. It's also a powerful anabolic signal. It helps your muscles absorb the amino acids they need to grow. But with age and with common conditions like prediabetes or insulin resistance, your cells stop responding to insulin efficiently. Magnesium helps reverse that. It literally improves the way your body uses food. Yet nearly 70% of Americans, especially older adults, are magnesium deficient. If you've ever experienced muscle cramps, fatigue, or trouble sleeping, there's a good chance magnesium is low. And here's the twist. Even if you supplement with magnesium, it's the form that makes the difference. Magnesium oxide, cheap and poorly absorbed. Magnesium glycinate or citrate, far more effective. Little choices like this make a huge impact on results. Are you still with me? Because what comes next might surprise you. The fourth nutrient you need isn't something you'll find in a multivitamin. In fact, most doctors barely mention it. But it's absolutely essential for keeping your muscles alive and your mitochondria, the powerhouses inside your cells, functioning at full speed. It's coenzyme Q10, or CoQ10 for short. As you age, your natural levels of CoQ10 drop. And if you're on a statin, used to lower cholesterol, that drop becomes even steeper. Why does that matter? Because your muscles need energy, and CoQ10 is one of the key nutrients involved in creating cellular energy, ATP. Without enough, your muscles feel weaker, your endurance drops, and you may even feel pain or fatigue during normal activity. But studies show that supplementing with CoQ10 can improve muscle strength and function, especially in people over 60. It also supports your heart, which is a muscle too, and it helps reduce oxidative stress, another silent contributor to muscle loss and aging. Let's take a step back. Imagine you're not just eating to feel full or to keep your weight in check. You're eating to preserve your independence, your ability to carry groceries, to stand up without assistance, to take walks, to travel, to dance, to play with grandkids. Nutrients aren't abstract concepts. They're your fuel, your protection, your defense against a slow decline that too many people accept as just part of getting older. But it doesn't have to be, and this is just the beginning. We've only scratched the surface. 4 nutrients down, 4 to go. Each one even more powerful, more surprising, and more critical than the last. If you're over 50 and your joints ache when you get out of bed, go upstairs, or just try to enjoy a walk. It's not your age, and it's not your fault. The real issue? Your body's running out of a natural substance that cushions your joints like a shock absorber. And most supplements out there, glucosamine, collagen, all of it, don't fix this. But now, researchers have discovered a breakthrough that can actually restore what your joints are missing. And people in their 60s, 70s, even 80s are seeing real relief. If you're feeling stiff, sore, or weaker lately, stop guessing. Check the link in the pinned comment now. The 5th nutrient might sound a little unexpected, but without it, all the protein in the world won't save your muscles. It's vitamin B12. Now, you might be wondering, isn't B12 for energy? Yes, but more importantly, it's for your nerves. And here's what most people forget. Your muscles only move when your nerves tell them to. Every muscle contraction starts with a signal from your nervous system. When B12 is low, those signals get weak, slower, less precise. You may feel tingling in your feet, numbness in your hands. But before those signs even show up, your muscle function is already impaired. And here's the kicker. B12 deficiency is extremely common in older adults. Why? Because as you age, your stomach produces less acid, and stomach acid is essential for absorbing B12 from food. So even if you're eating meat, eggs, or dairy, you might still be deficient. And if you're taking acid-blocking medication for heartburn or reflux, something millions of seniors do, you're even more at risk. The result? Weaker muscles, slower reflexes, higher risk of falls, not because you aren't eating enough, but because your body can't use what you give it. Fixing this is simple. but not automatic. The right form matters. B12 as methylcobalamin is more bioavailable than the cheaper cyanocobalamin found in many supplements, and sometimes injections are necessary to restore levels quickly. A blood test can tell you where you stand, but symptoms often show up before numbers get flagged. So if you're over 60, assume you need more. Your muscles will thank you for it. Now, let's move to number 6, creatine. If you've ever walked past the supplement section in a health store and seen big tubs labeled for bodybuilders, you've seen creatine. But forget the hype. Creatine isn't just for gym rats. It's for anyone with muscles, which means it's for you. Here's what you might not know. Creatine is found naturally in your muscles. It helps regenerate ATP, the actual fuel your cells burn to move, lift, and function. And after 60, your natural levels begin to decline. Research shows that supplementing with creatine, even in older adults who don't exercise, can significantly improve muscle strength, function, and mass. One study published in the Journal of Gerontology found that older men and women who took creatine gained more strength and muscle than those who didn't, even without changes in diet or exercise. And when combined with resistance training, the benefits were even more dramatic. It also improves cognitive function, reaction time, and may even help prevent neurodegenerative diseases. The dose? About 3 to 5 grams per day. It's inexpensive, safe, and remarkably effective when used consistently. And no, you won't bulk up. That's a myth. What you will do is protect your mobility and regain power where it matters most. Daily life. Feeling the connection yet? These nutrients aren't just supplements. They're your tools for fighting one of aging's biggest threats, sarcopenia. That's the medical term for age-related muscle loss. But here's the truth nobody tells you. Sarcopenia doesn't begin at 80. It starts around age 30, and by the time you're 70, you may have lost 25% or more of your muscle mass if you haven't been proactive. But you're not powerless. You're learning the tools right now. Let's keep going. Nutrient number 7 is omega-3 fatty acids, especially EPA and DHA. Found in fatty fish like salmon and sardines, these powerful fats do more than support heart health. They actually play a direct role in preserving muscle tissue. In fact, studies show that omega-3s increase the rate of muscle protein synthesis in older adults, especially when combined with protein. But there's more. Omega-3s also reduce inflammation, one of the silent drivers of muscle breakdown. When your body is in a chronic low-grade inflammatory state, which is common after 60, it's harder to build muscle and easier to lose it. And let's not forget their impact on joint health. When your joints are inflamed, you move less. When you move less, you lose more muscle. It's a vicious cycle. Omega-3s help break that cycle. They lubricate the joints, reduce stiffness, and protect the synovial fluid that keeps everything moving smoothly. Not all omega-3s are created equal, though. Plant-based sources like flax and chia provide ALA, which is only minimally converted to the forms your body truly needs, EPA and DHA. That's why fish oil, high quality, purified, and tested for contaminants, is the gold standard. And now we arrive at the 8th and final nutrient, the one that ties it all together. It's not a vitamin, it's not a mineral, it's not even an amino acid, it's water. Yes, simple, overlooked, life-giving water. And yet, dehydration is one of the most common and dangerous health issues in seniors. Why? Because as you age, your sense of thirst diminishes. You stop feeling thirsty, even when your body desperately needs hydration. Muscles are made of over 70% water. Without enough, they shrink, performance drops, recovery slows, energy crashes. But there's more. Dehydration affects every other nutrient we just talked about. It impairs digestion, reduces absorption, slows blood flow, and increases oxidative stress. And in many older adults, it contributes to confusion, dizziness, constipation, and weakness, symptoms often mistaken for aging when they're actually just signs of not drinking enough. So how much is enough? It depends. A good rule of thumb is to drink half your body weight in ounces of water per day. If you weigh 150 pounds, aim for about 75 ounces of water. Spread it out. Don't wait until you're thirsty. Make hydration a habit, not a reaction. Let's bring this full circle. 8 nutrients. One goal: to keep your body strong, capable, and free. no matter your age. We've been told that aging means weakness, that you just have to accept fatigue, frailty, and the slow shrinking of your physical world. But that's not biology. That's neglect. Your muscles don't vanish because of time. They vanish because of silence, a lack of signals, a lack of nutrients, a lack of movement and understanding. Now you know better. You have the blueprint. Leucine to signal, vitamin D to activate, magnesium to fuel, CoQ10 to energize, B12 to transmit, creatine to strengthen, omega-3s to protect, and water to support it all. The next step, use it. Assess your habits. Ask yourself, are you getting enough? Are you eating with purpose? Are you nourishing not just your hunger, but your future? Because here's the truth, it's never too late. Muscle responds at any age. You can build strength in your 60s, 70s, even your 80s. You can walk farther, lift more, move with confidence, but only if you give your body what it needs. And if this video helped open your eyes, even a little, do yourself a favor. Don't stop here. Watch the next video on your screen. It's packed with even more simple strategies to help you live stronger, longer, and better. Keep learning. Keep growing. Your future self will thank you.